You know that feeling? The one where your brain just doesn't have an off switch? It's constantly whirring away, analyzing everything, processing, even when all you want to do is rest. If that sounds like you, well, you're definitely not alone. We're going to dive into that exact feeling today, what we're calling the burden of the perpetual processor.
I mean, how many times have you heard it? Just relax, or you're overthinking it, right? But for some of us, that's like telling someone to just be taller. It's just not going to happen. So that's the big question, isn't it? Why? What if you can't just relax because, well, your brain isn't actually built for that?
Admit it. A part of your brain is doing it right now, isn't it? You're probably noticing the font, the color choices, maybe even wondering why these exact words were chosen. See? If that's you, you're in exactly the right place. And hey, it's not a flaw. It's actually a huge clue about the way your mind is wired. Okay, so this gets us right to the heart of the matter, what we're calling the off-switch problem. It feels like our minds are just missing that one crucial piece of hardware. But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if all this constant processing isn't a bug in your system? What if it's actually a feature? And, because this whole thing can feel so relentless, it often gets a simple label slapped on it: anxiety. And look, worry can for sure be part of the picture. But just calling it anxiety is a really common and honestly incomplete diagnosis. It kind of misses the real root of what's going on.
So let's break this down. The common view, right? It says this is all caused by worry, it's temporary, it's a problem you need to fix. But the deeper reality? It's something else entirely. It's caused by processing. It's an ongoing state. And that means it's not some problem to be solved. It's a core feature of your personal operating system.
So let's give this feature a proper name, shall we? Let's call it your perpetual processor. Seriously, think of your brain like a high-performance computer. It's designed for some seriously heavy-duty work, and it doesn't just power down when you decide to watch a movie or try to get some sleep. Now, let's get into how this actually works.
The idea behind all this is something called cognitive depth. What does that mean? It's this built-in, innate drive to process information, all information, thoroughly and continuously. And we're not just talking about big, complicated ideas. We're talking about everything. It's not a choice you make. It's literally the default setting on a certain kind of brain.
Okay, so what does that actually feel like on a day-to-day basis? Well, it means your brain automatically analyzes stuff whether you want it to or not. You're always looking for patterns and connecting dots that other people might not even see. Your mind is constantly running these little background tasks, replaying a conversation from yesterday or chewing on a decision you made last week. Bottom line, there's just no real idle mode.
But here's the thing, running a supercomputer 24/7, well, that comes with a cost. But it might not be the cost you're thinking of. We're not just talking about stress here. It's a very specific kind of fatigue that comes from all that nonstop processing.
Yeah, this constant mental churn can lead to anxiety sometimes, for sure. But its most common result, the thing it directly causes, is something else. It's this deep, almost bone-deep mental and emotional fatigue. It's the kind of exhaustion you only get when your brain never, ever truly clocks out.
Just think about it in terms of energy use. For a typical brain, when it's idle, the energy it's using is pretty low. But for a perpetual processor, that baseline, that idle use, is way, way higher. Your brain is burning a ton of fuel even when you think you're resting. So yeah, no wonder you're so tired all the time.
Okay, so if we accept this, if we really buy that this is a feature and not a bug, what do we do about it? The goal can't be to try and break the system, right? It has to be about learning to work with our own unique operating system. And that right there is the big shift in thinking.
It turns out the real challenge was never about finding that mythical off switch. It's about taking all that incredible processing power and aiming it at something. Think about it. An idle supercomputer just whirs and overheats. The real solution is to give your powerful processor a problem that's actually interesting, something worthy of its power.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought, something for your processor to chew on. What if relaxing, for a mind like yours, isn't about doing nothing? What if it's about giving your mind the right something to do? I'm not talking about stressful work. I mean, a complex hobby, a deep dive into a topic you love, or a creative project. What if the best way to give your processor a rest is to give it a puzzle it actually loves solving?